It's Week 15 of the National Football League. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' leader at quarterback. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the
Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
At the 25-yard line.
Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Third play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Hurts to throw. Tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Hold everything here because this is about the last guy that they would want to see shaken up. Quarterback Jalen Hurts in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Looking to throw. McKee. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple.
At the Raiders' 47-yard line.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Here's 3rd and 3.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 42.
McKee. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes a starch right out of them.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And McKee will look to throw it. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Swift going to try up the middle. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4th down territory? Might you go for it?
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside 3rd of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
All in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
White's numbers from a week ago. 12 carries, 53 yards.
How about we shine a little spotlight on the offensive line? Those big guys up front are creating nice space, nice gaps for them to run through. I think he's going to go for over 100 yards in this game.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Back to throw. Harrell working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track. The Raiders at 7-6, a game over 500 on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 45 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. It's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early. And even though this is a top 5 rushing offense, and we see this especially early in the game, they're going to do their best to keep you honest. They don't want you getting the habit of stacking the box, so that's a good throw there, and they're able to come up with the first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Harrell. That's complete. Left side to Bateman. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Trey Tucker with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And his throw here's incomplete. You look at this Raiders defense. Now they come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. Here's Ty Zentner now. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. And here's Zamir White returning to the field. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to, just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. A give, it's Jacobs off the option. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Only able to gain a couple there. And now it's 3rd and 3. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Max Crosby has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And he's going to miss this one wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and that will keep this a 4-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Here's Zamir White returning to the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And out now come the Eagles. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' first down as he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Ed Oliver, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And taken right on the 30. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So out come the Raiders. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First down, Raiders.
Throwing on first down. Harrell. And his throw is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this one's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back, because they understand you can only get to the well so many times in the game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. 4th down. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The kick by Carlson is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So it was 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us, let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action with Hurts. A quick throw there is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60%.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Devontae Adams, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded right at the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. His throw incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, Harrell. He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. There's the stiff arm. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Back to throw again. Here's Tucker, complete on the right side. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if he's...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Trey Tucker with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead is now 24. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense is going to take over late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. But first down, Hurts. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start right here in Florida, just to the west of us, as it's a battle for Florida between Miami and Tampa Bay. And they are at halftime with the Dolphins holding on to the lead. The Dolphins seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Gabe Davis, a touchdown reception. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. 3 touchdown passes there for Desmond Ridder. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
Here's White. They set up the screen. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Harrell. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
To throw on second down. Harrell, slant to Adams. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Gets the check down throw to White. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On second down, they'll run with White. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Will go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Price. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Offense.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
1st down, here's White. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Just a gain of a couple there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
25-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. It's caught. Smith. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' 1st down as the tackle made up near the 35.
A gain of 9 yards. And an Eagles 1st down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get a bit closer.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Hurts will throw. And fights, and now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's Zamir White returning to the field. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
On first down, Harrell, short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. They go with White on the counter, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that went off the mark, a little late with the throw. Now, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. But it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Price. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line.
Hurts throw there taken in by Smith.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Number 6, Devontae Smith. 10 yards on the pickup.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
It's a gain of 2. That's good for another Eagles.
They'll look to throw again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ed Oliver able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
From left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Second down, here's Hurts.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Here's 3rd and 7. On the option to give to Swift here.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 1st down marker at the 11. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
They stay on the bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Hurts fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Price. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
Brings up 2nd and
2nd down. Here's Jalen Hurts. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Back to throw again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Oh, and that is incomplete.
The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Opting to run again here with White. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
On 3rd down, Harrell. He completes it right side to White. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So nothing doing there. And it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. He finds his man, complete. That's Price. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here's Hurts to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. It's caught on the right side at Smith. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Las Vegas,
they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. They'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.